Welcome to AGORACOM Talks, your weekly go-to source for the best small-cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. Today we were doing a rapid-fire rundown of 6 critical press releases that are really driving the small-cap markets right now. We're going to be talking about everything from advanced materials to, well, gold production restarts.
It is a packed lineup, but if you look closely, there's a single thread here.
Oh yeah, what's that?
It's the shift from, concept to hard execution. We aren't just looking at slide decks today.
Right.
We're talking about pouring concrete, delivering actual hardware, and firing up mills.
Okay, let's unpack that immediately. Let's start with what you're calling the hard tech sector. First up is HPQ Silicon Inc., trading on the TSX Venture, that's symbol HPQ. And the headline here is pretty definitive. Reaches commercial benchmark in sustainable fumed silica production.
This is a big one, because moving from a lab to a pilot plant, that's usually where companies stumble.
The valley of death, so to speak.
Exactly. But HPQ didn't just scale up 20 times. The independent verification showed their material actually outperformed the standard commercial stuff.
And that came down to viscosity, specifically. For anyone listening, fumed silica is that ultrafine powder used as a thickening agent.
Right, so higher viscosity means it's just more efficient.
And how much more efficient are we talking?
Their material hit viscosity levels about 10% higher than the commercial grade 150 benchmarks.
Wow.
And they did it with an all-electric, chemical-free process. That's a massive differentiator for potential buyers.
Okay, speaking of high-grade execution, let's look at Pyrogenesis Inc. They trade on the TSX under PYR. Their headline: delivers high-power plasma system to U.S. defense client.
This isn't just a delivery, it's a major statement. They've handed over a 4.5 megawatt plasma torch.
It's part of a pretty significant contract, right?
A multi-million-dollar contract for a U.S. defense prime contractor, yes.
And looking at the specs, this feels like a stepping stone to something much bigger.
It absolutely connects to the bigger picture. This 4.5 milliW system is what sets the stage for a massive 20 milliW system they have in development.
20 megawatts.
If they're successful, that would likely be the largest commercial plasma torch ever produced.
Let's pivot from high-tech heat down to the ground beneath our feet. LaFleur Minerals Inc. on the CSE, symbol LFLR. The headline here is, advances toward gold production restart in Quebec.
Look, in a high gold price environment like this one, a restart is often a much faster path to cash flow than a new discovery.
You're just dusting off existing infrastructure.
Exactly. LaFleur is restarting the Beacon Gold Mill. But the key data point here is the money.
The funding.
They completed over $7 million CAD in financing to fully fund this restart.
So the check is written, the risk is off the table. What are we looking at for capacity?
The mill starts at 750 tons per day, but the infrastructure is there to scale it up to 1,000, maybe even 4,000 tons per day.
And they own their own ore.
Right. They've got vertical integration with the Swanson gold deposit. You aren't paying someone else to process your gold. You capture the full margin.
Okay, let's hit the final stretch, infrastructure and tech. Quick hits here. Waste Energy Corps on the OTC, symbol WAST. Their headline: enters final build-out phase at Midland facility.
This is all about putting steel in the ground. The lead engineer's on-site commissioning is targeted for early March, and they're literally pouring foundations for more capacity.
What's the target?
They're aiming for 30 tons per day total to make sure the economics are scalable right out of the gate.
Got it. Now, moving to connectivity. Nuren Wireless Inc., CSE, symbol NUR, activates first 3G site in Cameroon.
This is pure validation of their African expansion strategy. It's their first live site in the country providing voice and data. It proves they can execute.
And finally, in the tech space, NextTech3D.ai, they headlined, introduces unified enterprise credit system.
This is just a smart business model pivot. It's a recurring revenue play.
How so?
Instead of one-off sales, they're letting enterprises pre-purchase credits for their AI solutions. It locks in customers and, it makes revenue much more predictable.
So if we pull this all together, we've got HPQ beating material benchmarks, Pyrogenesis delivering defense-grade hardware, and LaFleur fully funded to pour gold.
Exactly. The market is demanding tangible results. The era of easy money for just good ideas is over. These companies are showing they can build, deliver, and refine.
Which leaves us with a final question for you to think about. With HPQ rewriting the efficiency playbook for materials, and LaFleur sitting on a fully funded gold mill restart, which type of execution play offers better leverage in this specific economy? the high-tech breakthrough or the hard asset commodity?
That's the question you need to answer before the market opens.
Thanks for listening to AGORACOM Talks. We'll catch you next week.